The idyllic Baisaran Valley, nestled in the Himalayas near Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, became the scene of a horrific tragedy on April 22, 2025. This tranquil tourist spot, known for its lush meadows and serene beauty, was shattered by the deafening sounds of gunfire in broad daylight. The tranquility of this paradise was ripped apart as armed assailants unleashed a brutal attack, leaving behind a trail of death and despair. The incident sent shockwaves across India and beyond, serving as a stark reminder of the volatile situation that continues to grip the region. The date, April 22, 2025, will forever be etched in the memories of those who lost loved ones in the Baisaran Valley. At approximately 2:50 p.m. local time, as tourists from across India and a few from overseas were enjoying the pristine beauty of the valley, the unexpected happened. A group of 4 to 6 heavily armed militants, their faces concealed by camouflage, emerged from the forested slopes surrounding the valley. They opened fire indiscriminately on the unsuspecting crowd, transforming a scene of joy and relaxation into one of chaos and carnage. The serene silence of the valley was pierced by the echo of gunshots, and the air, once filled with the fragrance of pine trees, reeked of gunpowder. The attack, swift and brutal, lasted for what seemed like an eternity to those caught in the crossfire. The attackers, their identities concealed beneath camouflage gear, showed no mercy. They fired relentlessly into the crowds of tourists who were enjoying their time in the valley, oblivious to the impending danger. Their objective was clear: to inflict maximum casualties and spread terror. The idyllic setting of the valley, known for its natural beauty and peaceful ambiance, was instantly transformed into a scene of unimaginable horror. As the echoes of gunfire reverberated through the valley, panic ensued. Tourists, caught completely off guard, scrambled for cover, their cries blending with the chilling sound of bullets ripping through the air. Some sought refuge behind trees and rocks, while others desperately tried to flee the scene. The attack left a trail of devastation in its wake. 28 innocent lives, including those of children, were tragically cut short that day. Among the victims were 24 Indian nationals from various parts of the country, 2 local Kashmiris who were working in the area, and 2 foreign nationals, one from Nepal and another from the United Arab Emirates. Over 20 others sustained injuries, some critical, bearing the physical and emotional scars of that fateful day. The picturesque valley, once a symbol of peace and tranquility, was now scarred by the bloodshed of innocent people. In the immediate aftermath of the attack, as the scale of the tragedy unfolded, various militant groups operating in the region became potential suspects. The investigation, however, quickly focused on one particular group: the Resistance Front, or TRF. This organization, with known links to Pakistan-based militant outfits Lashkar-e-Taiba and Hizbul Mujahideen, has been active in Kashmir for years, carrying out numerous attacks against security forces and civilians. Within hours of the attack, TRF issued a chilling statement claiming responsibility for the carnage in Baisaran Valley. The group attempted to justify their actions by citing the ongoing political situation in Kashmir. They claimed that the attack was a direct response to the large-scale settlement of non-locals in the region following the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. This claim, however, did little to quell the anger and outrage that erupted across India and the international community. TRF's statement was met with widespread condemnation, with many denouncing it as a desperate attempt to justify a heinous act of terrorism. The group's attempt to link the attack to the political situation in Kashmir was seen as a cynical ploy to incite further unrest and division. Section 4: National and International Outrage and Response. The Pahalgam attack sent shockwaves across India, triggering a wave of anger and grief. The government responded swiftly and decisively, vowing to bring the perpetrators to justice and strengthen security measures in the region. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was on a state visit to Saudi Arabia at the time of the attack, cut short his trip and returned to India, expressing his deep sorrow and condemning the act in the strongest possible terms. Home Minister Amit Shah immediately traveled to Srinagar, where he visited the injured at the hospital and met with the families of the victims to offer his condolences. He chaired a high-level security meeting to review the situation and assess the security apparatus in the region. The Indian government also announced a series of measures aimed at Pakistan, holding it responsible for harboring and supporting terrorist groups operating in Kashmir. These measures included the suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty, the withdrawal of Most Favored Nation status, and the expulsion of the Pakistani High Commissioner from India. Section 5. The fragile peace implications for Kashmir. The Pahalgam attack has had far-reaching consequences, casting a long shadow over the already fragile peace in Kashmir. The incident has reignited debates about the region's security and the effectiveness of counter-terrorism measures. The attack highlighted the vulnerability of civilian areas to terrorist strikes, despite the heavy deployment of security forces. The attack also dealt a significant blow to the tourism industry in Kashmir, which plays a vital role in the region's economy. The once bustling tourist spots wore a deserted look as fear and uncertainty gripped the valley. The attack underscored the challenges faced by the local population, caught between the crossfire of militancy and security operations. In the aftermath of the attack, there was a palpable sense of fear and uncertainty in the air. The streets of Srinagar, usually bustling with life, were eerily quiet, with shops and businesses remaining shut. The security presence was heightened, with armed personnel patrolling the streets and checkpoints set up at regular intervals. The attack served as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by the people of Kashmir, who have endured decades of conflict and violence. Section 6. Glimmers of hope, stories of courage and compassion. Even in the face of such tragedy, the inherent resilience and compassion of the human spirit shone through. Amidst the chaos and bloodshed, there were extraordinary acts of courage and selflessness displayed by locals and first responders. Local Kashmiris, including shopkeepers, poniwallas and residents, risked their own lives to help the wounded and provide shelter to terrified tourists. One such story that captured the essence of human kindness was that of a local cab driver who, instead of fleeing to safety, drove his vehicle into the line of fire, ferrying injured tourists to the nearest hospital. His quick thinking and bravery saved several lives that day. These acts of courage and compassion served as a beacon of hope, demonstrating the true spirit of humanity that prevails even in the darkest of times. They stood as a testament to the fact that even in the face of unspeakable violence, the inherent goodness in people can shine through, offering a glimmer of hope for a better and more peaceful future.